Hey everybody, it's Lindy Tate from Caterbugging again, and I've got another recipe for you. I think everybody probably already knows what they're going to be cooking for Thanksgiving dinner, so why not make something for Thanksgiving breakfast or dessert? And I think this is going to be a fun one to just have anytime in the fall. So let's see how easy it is. We've got one yellow cake mix. We're gonna dump that in here. All right. Can of pumpkin, but we're gonna need to reserve 2 tablespoons for the glaze. So let me pull out 2 tablespoons of pumpkin. I'll put it in this little bowl right over here. You can't see, but it's here. All right, there's 2 tablespoons of pumpkin. And we're gonna put the rest of the can in the mix. Just wipe that off right there. Okay, so we got, it's pure pumpkin, not the pumpkin pie filling. So be sure you get the right one. Already, you can tell it's a fallish dessert bread. I know it's gonna just make the house smell so good. Okay, we got it all. I'm gonna get all the goodness out of it. All right, set that over there. Next, we're gonna have 3 very ripe mashed bananas. I've got to mash these up. I'm gonna get a fork. And boy, were these ripe. Have to make something out of these fast. That's how ripe they are. But they're gonna be so sweet and good. Perfect for bacon. And y'all can tell I'm already in my baking mode. It's the only time of year I like to cook and I like to bake when the weather changes for fall and Christmas. All right, are those good and mashed? There's a good mashed, 3 mashed bananas, and I will have this recipe typed up and ready for y'all too. Okay, there, that's enough mashing. Should have done that in advance. Let's put that in here. In there. There we go. I have a feeling this is going to be one of those dense loaf breads. Okay, there's that. Rinse off the pumpkin from my finger. Next is 2 egg whites. Have those right here. I'm just going to dump those in. A teaspoon of vanilla extract. And get a teaspoon out. And my vanilla's right here. 1 teaspoon vanilla extract if you're writing this down. Oops. We're going to need another teaspoon because that one's now wet. And it is right down here. Where's my teaspoon? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay. This one, yeah, teaspoon. Cinnamon. Cinnamon. Here's our teaspoon of cinnamon and 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. All right. Now, says I'm going to go on and give this a mix first, and then we're going to add chopped pecans. That is optional. You can do walnuts if you prefer, or leave them out altogether if you don't like nuts or you're allergic. But we love pecans around here, so I'm going to add pecans. Looking good. It smells so good. With all those spices in it. Okay. Let's see. I have my oven preheated to 350. We're gonna grease and flour our loaf pan. I'm gonna use Baker's Joy because that's what I like. Okay. Now let me give this one scrape. I want to scrape down the sides one time, and then we're gonna fold in the pecans. The pecan pieces. Okay. One more little stir, mix, blend, whatever you want to call it. Oh gosh, that smells good already. Look at that. It's just, that's like the smell of fall to me right there. That and an apple dessert. That smells like fall to me too. Apples and cinnamon. Okay. I'm sure y'all can hear Sarge dribbling his ball in the background. I know how he does. All right. Where are my pecans? Here are my pecan pieces. It says half a cup. This is 6 ounces. But not that many. We like pecans. And let's just fold those in. Take this over here so y'all can see. Just folding them in. All right, there's our batter. Now I'm gonna get my Baker's Joy right here. Spray this loaf pan over the sink, and let's put this in. This makes a big old loaf. I think it said you could divide it into 2 loaves if you want to, or do it all in one loaf pan. It'll just be a big, tall, full loaf, because we're gonna put not only a cinnamon swirl in the top, but when it comes out, we're gonna put a glaze on it, a pumpkin glaze, which is why we say reserve some of the pumpkin. And I'm sure this will rise and be so big. I smell those bananas in there too. Okay, now for the next part, we're gonna take, it's right over here. I'll mix this up. So if you're writing this down, if you wanna wait for the recipe, this is 1/3 cup of white sugar, 1/3 cup of brown sugar, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and we're gonna add 1 to 2 teaspoons of water to this mixture. And then it tells us to go over onto the back side. For the cinnamon swirl, we're just gonna pour this over the bread. So let me add let's try 1 teaspoon first of water. And see how that does. I may add just a little bit more. Okay, there we go. All right, there's our cinnamon swirl. Oh, yum. So see that? It turns into just a crumbly mixture. Make sure that's all incorporated. All right, let's put this on the top. Y'all could could this be bad? I mean, goodness. This has got to be good. All right. And just so we don't have to mess up another utensil, let's just swirl this around on the top like it says. Get it a little bit all over the top, just like that. Doesn't that look good? Oh, ooh, that's heavy. I'm gonna put this in the oven. It's 350 degrees. Now this is gonna cook. This is gonna bake 50 to 55 minutes. And I'll be back when we take it out and we're gonna make the pumpkin glaze to put on the top. See you in an hour. Y'all, you should smell it around here. Let me show you what it looks like. It just came out of the oven. Pick it up and show you this huge, beautiful loaf of country pumpkin banana bread. So I'm gonna set it right here. And we're gonna mix up the glaze. I've got half a teaspoon of cinnamon in here. This is 1.5 cups of powdered sugar. We're gonna put in our 2 tablespoons of reserved pumpkin that we saved. Get that out. And then we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream. And we're gonna whisk that all together. 1, 2. All right. Get my whisk right here. Okay. I'm just gonna whisk all of this together. And it says if your mixture has lumps in it, which, well, it's not real lumpy, you can put it in the microwave for 10 to 15 seconds and whisk some more and it will be smooth. It looks like a caramel glaze, doesn't it? Okay, just to drizzle the glaze with a spoon. And let the glaze set before slicing, which we will. Get all that goodness out of there. I don't want to waste any of it. It's got pumpkin on it. Let me get a bigger spoon here. Can you see over here? Okay. You know what? That's probably not right. Let me do it this way. I didn't get out my cooling rack ahead of time. So let's do that. Let's set it right here. Burn my fingers off. Oh my goodness, that's a huge loaf. Let's drizzle. It's a thick drizzle, so I don't think it'll come off the edges. Oh, that's gonna be so good. We might have to share this with our folks next door. I'll have to ask them if they like pumpkin bread. I know they like banana. I sure smell the banana in it. Ooh, this looks good. You think it'll be ooh darn good? have to let y'all know if I get a udern out of it. Goodness, that's a lot of glaze. That is pretty, isn't it? Ooh. It's getting all over the counter. I was wrong. I should have had. So now you know if you do one whole big loaf, put a cookie sheet underneath your cooling rack before you do this. You're making a mess. Okay, y'all. If you try this, let me know how you like it. I'll take a picture when I cut it to go with the recipe, okay? Bye. Cleaned up, put a cookie sheet under it. We're good to go now.